This week, LIZZO makes vegan chicken and biscuits, Hasan Minhaj exposes big meat, and Billie Eilish supports Black Lives Matter. This is Live Kindly News. Remember to hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to turn on notifications, and leave your comments below. Patriot Act host Hasan Minhaj recently exposed big meat. He explained how 6 companies control the majority of the U.S. meat industry.
Coronavirus outbreaks at meat plants are causing historic disruptions to supply chains.
In early May, 18% of Wendy's restaurants were unable to serve hamburgers.
Where's the beef? Wendy's made that slogan famous back in the 1980s, but now they're having trouble answering the question.
Major retailers Costco and Kroger also anticipated meat shortages and placed limits on meat purchases.
They're like,
Attention customers, during these difficult times, Costco will no longer be selling our kiddie pool of ground beef. Our deepest apologies.
Minhaj said the New York Times published a full-page ad by Tyson Foods, the world's second-largest processor of chicken, beef, and pork, warning that the food supply chain is breaking. These disruptions are happening because 6 companies control 2/3 of the U.S. meat and poultry sales.
all these brands are actually just subsidiaries of 6 companies: Tyson, Cargill, Smithfield, National Beef, Hormel, and JBS.
In the Reagan era, many smaller meat companies merged into corporations in the name of efficiency. This efficiency is what allowed COVID-19 to spread so quickly through meat processing plants, where workers stand shoulder to shoulder to meet production demands.
This isn't just a part of their business model. It is their business model. Efficiency depends on workers being packed on the line. Meat plants were basically destined to become COVID hotspots.
The coronavirus pandemic has also contributed to a major surge in U.S. vegan food sales due to panic buying. According to data from the Plant-Based Foods Association, a trade organization that represents top vegan food producers, and retail analytics firm Spins, in the 16 weeks leading up to April 19th, sales of plant-based meats, cheeses, tempeh, and tofu outpaced total food sales. Compared with the same period in 2019, vegan food sales jumped 90%. Plant-based meat sales were 50% higher than meat sales during the peak panic buying period. For the 4 weeks following, animal-based meat sales declined, but sales of plant-based meat grew at a rate of 61%. Dairy-free cheese sales were also up 95% compared with 2019 during the peak panic buying period. In the 4 weeks following, they were up 54%. Animal rights activists have published a map revealing the locations of more than 27,000 factory farms. This includes 5,812 farms identified via satellite, many of which previously did not appear on public records. The map, known as Project Counterglow, aims to assist activists and investigators by providing an overview of the scale of animal agriculture. Project Counterglow users can also attach photos and videos documenting animal cruelty at specific locations, as well as pin new factory farms to the map. The project encourages activists to document health and safety violations, as well as animal welfare violations. Supporters of the investigations claim that they demand accountability in an industry plagued by human rights and animal rights violations. 3-time Grammy Award winner LIZZO is cooking vegan on TikTok. The Juice singer shared a few soul-inspired recipes, including biscuits stuffed with vegan sausages, and oyster mushroom fried chicken dredged in just vegan egg and flour.
Bow, boo, boo, boo. After everything came out, it tasted delicious. Listen to this crunch, boy. Stop.
This wasn't LIZZO's first time bringing the vegan spotlight to TikTok. She recently shared recipes to the platform for vegan Jamaican beef patties and fried chicken sandwiches.
So I wanted some vegan Jamaican patties. Here we go. These are all the ingredients I'm going to use. I want y'all to see all my seasonings so, it has the flavor.
LIZZO says in the video,
Hey, so I'm eating my feelings because the world continues to let me down.
She started her recording career in Minnesota, where the recent death of an unarmed black man, George Floyd, has led to nationwide protests. Coming up, Billie Eilish explains why all lives matter is racist. 6-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton is also speaking out amid the Black Lives Matter protests. He applauded the destruction of a UK slave trader statue. Hamilton shared a video on Instagram originally posted by civil rights activist Shaun King. He wrote, "I do not condone violence or criminal acts, but you have had plenty of time to do this yourselves and haven't. Power to the people." Colston was a white slave trader in the 17th century. The protesters then rolled the statue into Bristol Harbor. King wrote on Instagram, Edward Colston was a monster who bought, sold, and traded Africans, human beings, and forced them into slavery until they died. Nobody who did this should be honored. It was and is terrorism. Now, then, he never should have had a statue.
A lot of emotion and hatred that has been built up inside of us, we've internalized for years. That coming down today, hopefully, signifies change.
Vegan musician Billie Eilish has also expressed her support for the Black Lives Matter movement. She took to Instagram to address the problematic phrase, "all lives matter." She said, "If I hear one more white person say all lives matter one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. No one is saying your life doesn't matter. No one is saying your life is not hard. No one is saying literally anything about you." Los Angeles vegan restaurant Nick's on Beverly is paying homage to the Black Lives Matter movement with a mural. The plant-based eatery had the names of nearly 100 Black people killed by police painted on the side of its building. The mural also features a black star with a portrait of George Floyd painted in its center. Constantin LeFou, founder of the apparel brand Vegan Club and one of the mural's painters, shared a video on Instagram along with fellow painter Elisa Yarnell. He captioned the post, "Zero sleep, red flag heatwave, and wind blowing off the stencils. All worth it." Restaurateur Nick Adler, the owner of Nick's on Beverly, took to the restaurant's Instagram to denounce racism. Adler revealed the restaurant's operations manager, Stéphane Bombay, was no longer associated with the restaurant. This came after a photo of him wearing blackface surfaced from 2011. Adler wrote, "Racism of any kind is not tolerated. We believe strongly in inclusion and respect for all, and apologize for any hurt his actions may have caused. We stand firmly with the Black community in the fight for long-term systemic change, justice, and equity." Coming up, Adidas turns two of its iconic sneakers vegan. In order to protect pangolins, China has updated the official list of ingredients approved for use in traditional Chinese medicine. It no longer includes pangolin scales.
The move came after China upgraded the protection of the pangolin to that of first-class protected animals on par with species like the giant panda on Friday. As part of a crackdown on wildlife trade following the coronavirus pandemic.
Animal protection groups have praised these decisions, which could drastically reduce trade in pangolin. The scaly anteater is the world's most trafficked animal, and international law protects all 8 species. The International Union for the Conservation of Nature lists 3 out of 4 species native to Asia as critically endangered. Zhou Jinfeng, Secretary General of the China Biodiversity Conservation and Green Development Foundation, told The Guardian, "I am very encouraged." Jinfeng has long campaigned for improved protection of pangolins and against the use of their scales in medicine. Our continuous efforts for several years have not been in vain. Steve Blake, the chief representative of WildAid in Beijing, has also pushed for improved protection for the pangolin. Blake told The Guardian, "We highly applaud this announcement made in recognition of the need to protect critically endangered pangolins." Europe's greenhouse gas emissions from energy production are plunging as countries pivot from coal to renewables. By 2030, 13 EU countries will be coal-free. The move toward more sustainable forms of energy has seen emissions drop, according to a recent report from the watchdog group, the European Environment Agency. EU member states and the UK reduced overall GHGs in 2018 by 2.1%. The agency attributes this to a nearly 50 million ton reduction in coal burning. 2 countries have committed to going coal-free this year so far. Austria shut down its last coal power plant in April. 1 week later, Sweden closed its last coal power plant 2 years ahead of schedule. Exergy AB, which operated the Stockholm-based plant, said in a statement, "Our goal is for all our production to come from renewable or recycled energy." Adidas has released new versions of 2 of its iconic shoes. The revamped Samba and Continental 80 designs are now made with vegan materials. The 2 sneakers are part of the brand's Our Icons Go Vegan range. The shoes have the same look and feel as the originals, but are made with recycled polyester instead of animal-based materials.
For this particular shoe, you have an EVA midsole, and it's actually encased for the most part in the rubber kind of cup sole. It's not a full-on cup sole, but it's cupped in the heel and forefoot.
The Continental 80's midsole includes an algae-based EVA foam. According to Adidas, this foam helps to clean around 30 liters of polluted lake water through the production process. The cup sole is made with 90% natural rubber and 10% waste rubber. Each of the new designs features an embossed patch with the words Adidas Originals Vegan. Adidas also teamed up with Allbirds to design and produce the world's most sustainable shoe. The brands aim to use innovative manufacturing and supply chain processes to create a low-impact, high-performance sneaker. Adidas is known for its stringent performance standards for its athletic shoes, while Allbirds uses a unique life cycle assessment tool to measure its end-to-end carbon emissions. When combined, the company's respective production methods will accurately measure both the impact and performance of their new sports shoe. That's it for today. What do you think about China removing pangolins from the traditional medicine list? What do you think about Billie Eilish's response to All Lives Matter? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you again next week for Live Kindly News.